Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 in this series between Foggy and Hawk. Foggy spawning as the red Night Elf player over here on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Hawk spawning as the yellow human player over here on the bottom right. This is game 2 from the Ting Invitational, day 1 qualifiers, and we'll see who will be moving on in the qualifiers here. Yes, I know these games are rather old, over a month old, but I just now got them, so once again, hats off and thanks to ESL for even releasing these replays, the Ting Invitational for releasing these replays. And if you guys have not done so, I'm sure there will be more and more of these WarCraft 3 tournaments out there available for us. You just have to sponsor them on Matcherino, which I did in fact do, and if I continue to get more and more views, I will be able to contribute more and more as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. You can see back down across over here, Hawk opening up. He does have his Archmage already being trained. We are going to be seeing some footmen being trained off over here. And what we're going to be looking at is a very, very similar opening to what we saw on Amazonia. The only main difference is that this Ancient of War is not in between 533 and 311. It is a 533 and 111, but the Apprentice Wizard still drops a decent enough item. Now, what can we expect to see here on Terranus stand, as we do in fact have a whole bunch of peasants just currently mining away, second farm now done, as the Archmage will be popping on its way out. Well, based off of what we've seen in the past, we can assume that the Archmage is either going to clear out this Goblin Laboratory, or it could try to be extremely aggressive and go after this particular mercenary camp. The problem, though, is the amount of slow available between the two Kobold Geomancers and the two Mud Golems. Those Mud Golems and Geomancers slowing down the majority of the militia, allowing the Kobold Taskmaster with his command aura to deal a significant amount of damage to all of those units. Instead, what we are going to be looking at is, well, a bad purged water elemental off over here, hence the reason why it got taken out oh so quickly. But we are going to be looking at the rogue now falling down as well. No purges on the militia. Well, I believe that to be the case, since that water elemental did end up falling so fast. Ring of Protection +2, and also a tome of some sort. I believe it was a Manual of Health, indicating by the 500 health instead of the 475 or 450 or 475 that would have at level 1 and level 2. Back across over here, Demon Hunter has already picked up a Forest Troll Shadow Priest, and it could in fact abolish magic, this water elemental, twice to get a bit of early experience. We do see that the militia are off over here, and we are going to see a small engagement. Water elemental now taking a bit of that damage, and one water elemental is already absorbing that bit there. Forest Troll Trapper doesn't even spot this. Archmage is going to be able to get to level 2. That is the big deal here, as we're going to be looking at the damage being dealt. All right, Water Elemental has taken a lot of damage here. Is this Archer going to fall? Oh, wow. Shadow Melt at just the right moment, but the Demon Hunter ends up getting surrounded instead. Big deal right there. There is a lot of missing, and a Cloak of Shadows being used as well. All right, what was that? The Footman backed off. I'm not quite sure why, but we should be seeing a revealed Archer here in just a moment. There it is, a revealed and now dead Archer, as the Archmage still going to wander around here. Cloak of Shadows being used highly effectively by the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter always wanted to be a little bit like a Blade Master, and got to live out its dream by hiding in plain sight. All right, Sasquatch going to get cleared out here. Archmage gonna pick up a Dust of Appearance, perhaps even Boots of Speed. Picks up the other item. There's a replenishment potion. Mana burn for 17. Not very much. Abolish magic now underway, as the Forest Troll Shadow Priest now looking to back off. Archmage down to, what, 367 hit points, but it does have that replenishment potion, acting as both a Clarity Potion and a Scroll of Regeneration for that lone Archmage. The Demon Hunter now going to be forced to back off, though, as we are setting up a farm right there. Keep about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way done teching the tier 2. Foggy sitting at 24/40 with plenty of gold in the bank. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter going after the Rogue Wizard creep camp here. Looks like it is going to end up getting slowed down just a bit more, and that is always very, very frustrating for a melee hero, knowing that he is doing damage rather slowly, picks up a manual of health, and then decides to switch targets just to take a little bit more damage there. All right, Forest Troll Shadow Priest of Foggy, able to perhaps hire some more units. Again, Mud Golem does come across, though. Are we going to see a slow? No, we do not. Meanwhile, Archmage should be at level 3. He is, in fact, at level 3, as we are now at tier 2 with, well, Altar of Kings not yet training up anything. It could be a Naga Sea Witch or a Mountain King, depending on when this farm is completed. Riflemen are being added. So are we going to be looking at rifle casters? That seems to be what Hawk's long-term strategy is. Rifle casters, extremely, extremely useful here, as we are now looking at a lone archer. Where does that archer really expect to go? Archer does take a little bit of damage, but now able to back off once more. Demon Hunter off to the north. At level 2, should get to level 3 there. No, just shy, 2 experience shy, as the Archmage now is ready to put on that pressure. All right, we are at Tree of Ages. We do not see a second hero as of yet, and that's going to be a very big deal. The level 1 Naga Sea Witch, although it does not deal that much damage, does cause a lot of problems, as the water elementals are quickly going to be coming out. All right, there's a mana burn. Archmage is not going to have much mana left. Naga Sea Witch now attempting to run away, does have Boots of Speed. Naga Sea Witch of Foggy comes into play, but did not have Cold Arrows. Finally gets the Cold Arrows, as the Naga Sea Witch is now looking to run away once more. All right, Forest Troll Shadow Priest now taken down. More units are going to try and fall here. You can see there is Forest Troll Berserkers. No defend on the Footmen, even though there have been so many piercing damage units. Naga Sea Witch looks like it is about to fall. Archer is shadow melding, even though she's at full hit points nearly, as the damage is still being added up here. Naga Sea Witch will make it all the way back home. Meanwhile, back off to the top right here, there is a lone archer in position. Damage is going to be dealt. What is happening here? Well, a lone shadow melded archer still, as we see dual Ancients of Lore being constructed off to the top. The big problem now, well, are we going to see that death of a Footman down to 33 hit points, down to 3 hit points? One more shot will do it, and it is in fact denied by the Archmage. Archmage looks like it's ready to go attack the other way, and this is exactly the worst spot for Foggy to engage. Right halfway in between. Better to try and walk back, but there was a water elemental in position to finish off any units that headed off in that wrong direction right there. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter once again tries to engage here, as the Priest now going to join up with the rest of the army. Supply count 42 over 42 compared to 27 over 40. Foggy is at Tree of Ages, needs to get Dryads, and in a hurry. Lost those Ancients of Lore earlier on, and does not have the tech advantage that he had in his previous matchup. Also, the Riflemen have been upgraded as well, or have been trained up as well, so those Riflemen will be able to do a lot of damage once more, as the Ancient of War may get picked off here. No, backed off. Water Elemental now dropped into play. Archmage finally low on mana again. Mana burn is not going to do very much of anything, as the Riflemen coming across, trying to focus down this Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter, however, hero armor, very, very difficult to take down, as the Demon Hunter continues to go after the Naga Sea Witch. Not that great of a choice. It looks as though the Naga Sea Witch is going to be forced to use the Scroll of Town portal, or sorry, the Demon Hunter going to be forced to use the Scroll of Town portal, as it's going to head away and head back home. Riflemen, Dryads are all in position again. Riflemen, could they perhaps turn around and fight again another day? Militia now looking to engage. More Militia looking to engage. Riflemen now looking to back off here. Low hit point, not Riflemen now looking to back off down to, what, down to 18 hit points, and is able to still get in a couple of free shots of damage, as the Peasants are now, well, just working away with their pickaxes for 5 to 6 damage each. All right, Goblin Shredder coming in. Demon Hunter going to be able to clean up. Wow, I thought he would be able to easily clean up a couple of Riflemen. That Priest working overtime to try and save that, as the Foggy is still trying to fight back and forth here. Water Elementals looking to engage. All right, low hit point Riflemen. Riflemen getting focused down. Dryads getting focused down. Damage going across the board all over the place, as we do see more Priest being added to the numbers again. Not enough mana for that Abolish Magic, and the Dryads are being forced to retreat all the way back off to the north, but the Ancient of Lore, no, Abolish Magic hasn't even been researched yet, hence the Water Elemental is sticking around for far so long. Guard Tower is now being added. Rifleman, Hawk has a very small window to finally put pressure once that Abolish Magic is done. I'm not quite sure what will end up happening here, but Naga Seawitch is looking fairly strong. Rifleman looking to finish off. Yes, there goes one Moonwell. Are we going to see an engagement? Yes, we are. Footman, Rifleman now trying to run all the way back. Are we going to see a bit of healing? Yes, we are here, as there finally goes a Rifleman. Naga Seawitch down to 64 hit points. There goes a Priest as well, but Riflemen are starting to pick off some of those Dryads. Dryads getting picked off. Are they going to go after some of those other units? Wow, low hit point Dryad able to slip away back to the south. Naga Seawitch gets the level 2 as well, as one Dryad back down over here. This Rifleman should just hit a low hit point Dryad, turning around, not realizing that is such an easy target. There it goes. It does finally get taken down as more units are falling. All right, it looks like this is a war of attrition, and Hawk is looking to win this as he is losing units not so fast as Hawk is. Oh, sorry. More quickly than Hawk is, and Hawk end up taking game number 2 in this series, forcing a game 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.